Hello and welcome to Scoping Out Tools, and this is a vintage tool haul that has been gifted to me from a friend whose father-in-law has recently passed and he didn't want them to go to waste, so I'm just going to go through them. So one of the tools is this one. It's a Toga E screwdriver, British made, and I will show it in a little bit more detail in one moment. Okay, so as I mentioned, we've got the Toga E British made logo on it. The screwdriver is probably about the 19-inch version, which normally goes for about £15–25. Now, I'm not looking to sell it. I'm sure I can find actually use of this screwdriver. It's a nice piece, actually, even just as the wall. There, I might try and get the handle a bit straighter on it, but there's not too much that I will actually need to do to get it in a nice condition. The next one that he gave me was this little wolf cub. So quite nice. It seems in good condition. I will test out the electrics before I actually plug it in. But one thing that I see is it's got the lock handle on the button, and then I think it's I go up the way to actually release it. So pull in and then pull it up to release it. That might actually come in useful if I'm wanting to use it as a spindle sander, which is one possible idea. But very nice condition, I think. But I will, as I say, open it up and have a look just to make sure everything is safe. I will check the multimeter with it as well. I've seen this go for about 35 for it. It is actually a keyed chuck, but I actually have got various others, and it does say it's a Jacob chuck. The other part of the drills that we've got is the little egg whisk one. I have been meaning to actually get one of these just because I quite like the action of it. It is a Stanley 803. I didn't check the price of it, but I'm assuming that that'll be a £5–10 job because I think they're fairly common. Keyless chuck, quite nice condition as well. And then the bigger beast is this Stanley Continental 740A. It's got the shoulder brace, so if you're having to come in at an angle, so this would be useful again for doing the wall. This one probably needs a little bit more work done to it, but and yeah, it does turn. Keyless chuck again. Oh, actually, is it missing its teeth? Let me just take this off. Sorry, I didn't properly look. Okay, right. So that's just the screw part, and then it does have something encased there. Ah, right. I see. I think the chuck thing has actually got turned around. So I might need to see, can I actually take this apart to actually get that around, or it takes a little bit of it. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Yeah, I can't really angle you around to see the light, but I think that chuck has actually fallen through the opposite way. Actually, let's just give it a wee try. Oh, that's actually going through. Yeah, I'll have a look at that. So let me just show you the other tools that were given. Okay, so they also gave me a pack which has different solders. So they've got a couple of bits of solder here, some insulation tape. So this was obviously a little electrical tool bit. pair of pliers, soldering iron. I think that this is all from RS, so not massively old stuff. Little wrench, and then a few different screwdrivers and such like. A variety of different hammers. That's a 3/8 from Bedford, or 3/4 pound, sorry. And then a little machinist hammer, and also the I don't know what actually this one is, but it's saying it's Forge, so it's Atlas Forge English Tools. So yeah, I'll check up based on the logo, find out a bit more information. And a little wee, is it apple hammer? But yep, so nice little hammer with a claw, and the mallet, which has actually got a piece of metal put through to stabilize it, and you can actually see what's nice about here is you've got this nice roughness where it has actually hit stuff, but very light, very useful. A few different set squares, one that is pure metal, one with based on with a wooden handle and with it's secured by brass. I'll check if these are actually square, if in reality. Metal rule, it's a bit bent, it's got some copper at the back, and then obviously mine gone blank on it, but another square that I've got a few different ones of these, but again this just needs a little bit of a clean up. Yeah, so it looks like it's actually a Rabone Cheshire Rum. So again, that's quite handy. And I actually just bought a wooden one of these at a vintage place for about £8, I think, or £5. I'll show you that in another video. But this one is handy because it is all inches. It is a marbles actually. Okay, and it does look to be it's plastic. But yeah, so I can find out a little bit more information if people are interested in the information on these tools. Feel free. It's a 2-foot one. A load of spanners. This is a strong jaw. I don't necessarily know what it's used as a strong jaw, but there is a maker mark on it. I'll need to check that up. I thought it said Prez, but I'll need to check it. Then an adjustable record one. A Gordon Tools, this feels very, very light, so this might be a low cost brand, obviously, for, I think that's a plumbing one, isn't it? This one is actually from West Germany. It is a Steinadler. Steinadler. Adler, yeah. So West Germany, it's mentioned on it, so obviously that shows its age. And then there is an adjustable, which is a BAH Jorth and Company from Stockholm. It's Beko, BAHCO. So actually, all right. So that's what Beko is. BAH Jorth Company. Okay, I'd obviously heard Beko before, but I hadn't realised. And then there's a whole collection of them together. I'd need to actually have a look through each of them, but there's a Terry spanner, which has got tempered steel. There's a Japanese one, which is an alloy, Elora. So yeah, so a load of different spanners, and I'll say this just this standard bar, which probably came as part of a kit for something. A whole host of drill bits. I don't know how if any are good at sharpness, but obviously I'll need to actually have a look at each individual one. The most interesting one I found was actually one that I think you can actually change the tips on it. Obviously this is a load of rubbish for the spade, but it means that if for a shorter one, this can obviously maybe get adjusted and different things can get added, which might become useful if I am actually ever making anything. And various other little standard miscellaneous ones, which that's mandales or manders, which obviously is just like a spatula type thing. It might be the wrong name, but also these little triangular files. And this obviously Stanley EHC, I think, was the name of the father-in-law. But yes, there's some just very nice little tools in it. Some chisels. Obviously, this is well, I'm assuming it's a riving knife. Would you call it that? Just for chopping it. It's very coarsely got done, but obviously been hammered well for it. I think this is just obviously for a plumb line, and some little pry bars. Then a few little handy hooks, copper and brass rivets, which in nice little tobacco tins, ringers, which I don't even know if they would be interested, but I do know a market that I can chat with a guy about them. There's some washers that I obviously found handy. They're quite large washers, so that's quite handy. Measuring tape, that's alright. Standard Stanley one. And then this one, when I opened it up, something that I hadn't got before was these spacers. So I'm quite happy to actually get these as well. And also a little, oh right, okay, so what they've done is for this little, I think it's a butter knife, they've actually stuck on a little bit of filing paper, sanding paper, so that they can get right into the little grooves. And so this must be for his detail work. So again, I don't necessarily know what he actually made from it. And I also got at the top some various different connectors, including some new halfpennies. So I used to love the old halfpennies because they were they used to have little ships on them, but these are the new ones that are you can see here, they've half new pence. So I suppose I shouldn't really call them halfpennies. But there's little hooks as well, which I might actually use. And there's some fuses here, some of which are, that's a 10 amp one, but I thought there was ones that were talking about 25 amps and everything. And that is just a little bit of a rundown of what my friend passed on to let his father-in-law tools have a second life. As I say, I might have mentioned prices, but there's no monetary incentive for me for this. I'm actually going to be using these tools. Hopefully, if you see something interesting, please let me know, because I don't necessarily know that much about vintage tools. I want to just clean them up a little bit and start using them again. But like, yeah, I quite like having the rivets. I don't necessarily know where to actually get a lot of these rivets and that. So I'm thinking about that might be useful for decoration when I'm doing these little artworks. Also, I will likely polish some of these up and have a look at them under the microscope as well. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this little vintage tools, and hopefully you're gonna get to see some of these tools in future videos. Bye for now.